Welcome to today's episode of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. It is episode 26. I'm here. Joe's back. You guys are all probably celebrating at home because you don't have to just deal with me. We get Joe back. Happy to have you back, Joe. Just to introduce you quickly. So, Joe, if any of you don't know, is a mortgage professional in the Barrie Simcoe area, but serving all of Ontario. He lives in Aurelia with his wife and two kids. And yeah, just a real wealth of knowledge. And Joe's actually bringing today's presentation. So I'm really excited to run through it with him. And it's good to have you back, Joe. How are you doing today?
Hey, Sam. Yes, it's good to be back. Thanks for the introduction. Always awesome. And yes, it feels good to be back today. I know I've been away for a few episodes, so it's great to be back now uh, for our, I think, episode 26 today.
Mm.
Really pumped about it. Yeah, things are going well health-wise, so really excited to feel better today.
Mhm.
And just, great to have you on as well, Sam. Sam Thompson is a mortgage agent with Mega Mortgage. He's been with our office now for over a year, working virtually and as much as we can. Just Sam moved from Ottawa even just before the lockdown there to Barrie and was married, got married last year. So Sam, great to have you on. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been doing good. Yeah, it was definitely a good time to get out of Ottawa because I think Barrie was a little softer for lockdowns last year, but Ottawa was pretty locked down. So it's nice to be here. And yes, we had a COVID wedding, which was small, but it was good. Yeah, I've been doing good lately. The weather's nice. We're heading into summer, which is awesome. Just finished off the spring into summer series, so I guess that means we're officially in summer as of what, Sunday or Monday was the official start.
That's right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was chatting with my father-in-law, and he was saying to me, just reminding that, we had our summer solstice, and that's the longest day of the year. And now going forward, it will be shorter and shorter, which is always like the greatest news you want to hear. But at the same time, it makes you appreciate the long days we are having now.
That's right. It's so nice going out at, sunset's not till just after 9 compared to December where like 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's pitch black outside.
That's right. That's right. Yes. Being
Mhm.
outside on the deck, 7 p.m., you can watch the sunset go down to 8 p.m. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And as things open up, I'm sure the patios are going to be really busy and
Mhm.
all that. And yeah, it's a lot of people are still talking about mortgages whenever they see me, as they are with you, I'm sure.
Mhm.
It seems like we're always on, and we got some news to share today. I think that there's some really interesting things happening in the market, when you say.
Yeah, absolutely. The mortgage market has been anything but, steady and boring. Like there over the last year even, there's been crazy amounts of changes and policies and stress test increase. But you actually found an article about some cool stuff that's happening with some investors that are purchasing some homes in Ontario across, I think it was 8 major cities.
That's right. Yeah. So this company is actually a corporation. It's not a landlord. It's not a property management company. But yes, it's a corporation. They're going to be putting in and investing into $2 billion worth of Canadian
Wow.
homes. Yeah. So that's a lot of money. So I looked at that, and I looked at the 2 billion and thought, well, how many homes is that in Canada? And if you look at an average home price of 550,000, then you're looking at over 2,000 homes, which is quite a lot of homes. But they were talking about even doing more than that, which means that maybe they're focusing on all the different areas and hoping to get in all the different price points.
Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy because I think in the article it was saying it's common in the US or there are existing, similar corporations, but no one's really done that in Canada. So it'll be interesting to see, how this works out and if it opens up new rental opportunities for people who maybe can't get into the housing market and don't want to rent, a single apartment in Barrie or Toronto, they can actually, rent an entire house. That, we could see a shift in, the conversations that we're having maybe with first time buyers or people who are just entering the market and maybe can't quite buy yet and are looking for new rental opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole. I mean, the article is from the Globe and Mail, and it takes a stance where, yes, it is going to open up more rental units and give more supply, which is desperately needed in Canada right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that the company is coming in. They're going to buy single family homes, and they're going to turn them into 2-unit homes, and then rent both up and down out
Right.
to tenants, which will create a lot of supply and alleviate the stress on the housing market, which is, as you've seen, and we've all seen, really raised the prices up last year and this year. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I know a lot of people are worried about prices where they're at now, but I know you've heard some really interesting news from your conversations with some local real estate agents.
Yeah, if anybody was on last Thursday night's webinar, we were doing a webinar for the Sudbury area, but again, a lot of the information we cover is, clear across all of Ontario, whatever your, mortgage setup is. And we were actually chatting with the realtor, and she had said she had actually heard that the prices are expected to, or not the prices, but housing is supposed to appreciate another 15% by the fall. Which is, extra motivation, if you are, again, hesitant about adding a temporary cosigner, or you're not sure about getting a pre-approval, or a lot of the people that I talk to actually have concerns of overpaying for their property because we're seeing, houses are selling so high over list price. But with a 15% appreciation by the fall, that means as soon as if you can get into the market now, you'll actually benefit from any further appreciation that we see in the year. So it was a very interesting take on the market for sure.
Yeah, that is interesting. And it actually coincides with a lot of the economist forecasting that is coming out on our end. I know we've had
Right.
meetings with Scotiabank and TD Canada Trust and other economists. I think Benjamin Tal did a presentation for us from CIBC, and we were able to sit in on those. And they are all expecting after the summer lull, because obviously people are not going to want to focus their time no longer on selling and moving. They're going to want to get out there and experience outdoors. But once everybody gets back in the fall, that we're going to experience another surge of housing as people really see, okay, COVID is over, time to move for those people that have been waiting. And just a lot of people will be in that position where, oh, my job is like this now, maybe I can move here. It's
Right.
a lot of changes, and also a lot of probably seniors have been looking at making a move, and they've been waiting on the sidelines too. And it's just going to open up a large big market. And I agree, Sam, there's going to be some kind of buzz in the fall. So if you're looking at getting into the housing market but waiting and trying to increase your income or trying to pay off your debt, you might end up being in a worse off position if you wait rather than getting a cosigner and then removing that cosigner 6 to 12 to 18 months down the road.
That's
So I
right.
agree with you there, Sam.
Yeah. So if you're at all interested and you're watching and you haven't been pre-approved or you're not entirely sure on the mortgage process, we are hosting another webinar tonight at 7 down in Windsor. So again, as I was saying, all of the mortgage and housing news that we go through, it's not just specifically for Windsor. So all of the mortgage stuff that I'll be chatting about is across all of Ontario. So if you are interested in joining, reach out and we can send you the link for the Zoom meeting tonight at 7. We'd love to have you there. Webinars have been awesome to have a question and answer period. A lot of people, I think, get a lot out of it, especially if they're brand new to, house searching or mortgages or any financing on that, that level. So it'd be awesome to have anyone who's interested out tonight at 7.
Absolutely. Yeah, just leave a comment below and we'll make sure you get an invite to that Zoom call. And I know that we have with Dan Osborne out from Windsor, joining us on the Zoom meeting. So she is a local real estate agent. So if you're looking to ask a local real estate agent in Windsor a lot of questions, this is a good opportunity to do so, as well as Sam for any mortgage questions.
That's right.
All right. So while we get started into our presentation today, and we can get right into things, if that's okay with you, Sam?
Yeah, sounds great, Joe. Let's do it.
All right. So today we're talking about the top 7 home features you want to make sure that you have included on your new build contract. And we see a lot of folks want to buy a new build, either from a builder or build the home themselves. There's a lot of different ways that this can be done. But if you're buying a home from a home builder and they're going to go ahead and put together the whole home for you, it's a good idea to make sure that you have enough features included on your in your home. And I see I've turned on my subtitles, so I'll just turn those off here.
Didn't know you could do that. That's a cool feature.
I didn't know I could do that either until just now. Well, let me just go in and turn that off. Back on. Asking me if I want to always keep them on, and I do not. Okay, we'll go back in here, and we'll go back into sharing the screen. So yes, it's the top 7 home features to ensure you have in your new home build contract, because the last thing you want to have is to move in and all of a sudden the neighbor down the street has the home features that you really wanted, but for some reason they weren't included in your contract. Yeah. So one of the main things that we see is that the new home contracts, as you see, Sam, they're pages and pages long, sometimes 80 to 90 pages long when we really put the whole thing together. So they can be intimidating. We always suggest having your lawyer review the contract for you to make sure that it's good. But as you know, Sam, things can get missed. So we just want to go over some of the really awesome features that you can get included in your home this time. When you're buying a new home, just make sure that they're in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Sam, I'm not sure if you ever heard of a home generator that is running on the outside off of natural gas or anything, but having a home generator hookup, just pre-installed, pre-wired, just can make that whole installation a lot more easier and cost-effective down the road. I'm not sure if you've ever known anyone who has one of those.
Yeah. So my aunt actually lives in Muskoka full time, and they lose power quite often, especially they get some stormy weather, so they have a generator set up that kicks on. And yeah, that's definitely is something that at least having that hookup available makes it so much easier later on in the road if you realize that you do need it, or you want that added protection.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can hook up a regular generator or like one of those nice ones you can get professionally installed that run almost all your entire appliances as well.
Right.
So another electrical item is just having it pre-wired in your garage, that if we all switch over to electric cars, or if you as a home buyer want to buy an electric car, you don't have to run extra wiring into that garage. It's all set up for you, pre-wired, and that you just install your car charger and you're ready to go. Well, that's always a nice feature to have.
Yeah, I've been seeing more and more Teslas recently, or even what is the Chevy Volt. I've been seeing a lot more electric cars, or even hybrid cars. So I think, if we end up making the big shift to only electric, you'll be one step ahead in your house with this outlet that's already installed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because that's the one thing that a lot of electric car buyers probably consider when they're buying electric cars, that, you know what, I don't have an electric car outlet, so why would I buy an electric car? I have to do all this other stuff. But if it's already there, just makes that decision so much easier.
Right.
Yeah. So moving to the next feature, and that's something I'm seeing a lot these days, is security systems. So if your builder can include it, ask them to put in the contract that your whole home is pre-wired with Cat6 cable, so that
Right.
all you have to do is install the camera when you move in, and you don't have to run any extra wiring. Same for the other features, right? You just pre-wiring things makes so much easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot more security cameras now, Sam. So it's just becoming more popular these days. So I'm sure all of us know someone that has a deep freezer. I'm sure our parents have had deep freezers,
Yeah.
and if you've ever had a circuit break on your home, that's the last circuit you want breaking is your deep freezer. And I've had my deep freezer spoil before, which is not the best thing to wake up to. So I always recommend having it on a separate circuit. So if you can have your builder make sure that is in the contract, then you're going to have a dedicated electrical circuit for your freezer. And I'm sure, as you know, Sam, those freezers can be full with sometimes thousands of dollars of food.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely some of these, and especially this one, is taking Murphy's Law into account that if it can happen at some point in being a homeowner, it likely will happen. And you don't want to, even if you come home from work and you realize everything's still kind of frozen, you don't want to have to end up cooking everything to refreeze it, or like you're saying, you just lose everything. So it's smart just thinking ahead to have this feature installed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. All right. So another good feature would be your bathroom shower area. Just have it pre-wired for speaker systems that can be either attached with a Bluetooth or audio cable to your headphone jack. And then just having that too. I mean, you can listen to podcasts in the morning as you're getting ready and listen to your favorite music. And just having that there as well just really elevates the bathroom experience too.
Mm-hmm. A lot
You
of these,
know,
yeah, like this is just taking advantage of doing a new build, or even if you're doing a self build, little things that maybe you wouldn't expect in a resale home, and you'd think it's not worth, ripping out the wall to put it all in. But if you can get it while it's being installed in the contract, it just saves time, and you can customize it, like you're saying, to have the space suit you best and get the most out of the space.
absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's good to have it all done like that. And then you're not having to do any changes when you move in. It's the way you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do like that shower head.
Yes, me too.
Right. And then moving on to light switches. I mean, a lot of people probably don't think about it, but light switches, pretty simple thing. But just having these more updated rocker switches makes the whole home feel a lot more modern. I have seen new homes still include the little thin, cheaper switches, but just a small upgrade like this can really make a world of a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Sam, have you ever wanted to have hot water outside?
I hadn't until I saw this slide, and I thought, you know what, that actually would be a really nice feature to be able to have hot water outside.
Yeah, so it's a new thing. I've never really considered it myself either, but they are selling now hot water bibs or hot and cold water bibs, uh, combined ones where you can actually get them installed. And what that gives you is a mixed water temperature in your hose, whether it is hot or cold or warm. And I don't know, I think it'd be good. You could use it to fill up a kiddie pool, for example.
Right, yeah. I'm sure you
You
could
know,
find a lot of features to have some hot water outside.
yeah, maybe you wanted to. I don't think you would make tea with the hot water outside, but just thinking about all these other options, like maybe you want to have a sprinkler system going for the kids, but the kids are complaining the water is too cold. I've had that before too.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so Sam and I just wanted to go over these features with you guys because, as you know, when you're buying a new home, it can be intimidating to look over that 80, 90-page contract. And it can get really, the excitement can get overwhelming while you're going through the process, that sometimes it's really easy to forget about the little things. So definitely make a note of these items. And then if you're meeting with a home builder and would like to get pre-approved, give us a call at 705-238-3479 or email, and we can get started on a pre-approval for you and get you all set up. So when you're meeting with that builder, you know what you can afford and exactly where you stand and what your payments are expected to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And but yeah, as for new builds, it's going to be interesting to see. I think that with with the way housing is going, I think a lot of builders will want to be more competitive and try to get, especially this summer, with a little bit of a lull that we're experiencing. So we'll see what happens with the new builds, and we'll keep an eye on it. And Sam and I will keep you all updated with the news as we go through the summer. But next week we have, I think episode number, was it Sam? Episode
27 next week.
27. Awesome.
It's a
So
Canada Day special.
it'll be a Canada Day special. We'll prepare something good for you all, and looking forward to seeing you all on Canada Day, Thursday, July 1st at 11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And if just want to check if there's any questions. If you all have any questions, you can leave them in the comment below. We'll just make sure we can try to get to all of them right now. And if you have any questions after the show has aired live, definitely go on and leave a comment or send us a private message so we can get on your question for you.
I don't think we have any questions at the moment, but usually if we do see them, a lot of people choose to private message, so that's completely okay as well, and we can start up a chat that way.
Great stuff. That sounds good. Well, thank you, Sam, for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing you all next week on episode 27 on Canada Day.